Hi friends, thank you for tuning in. My name is Griselle and I'm with Psychic MD and I'm here to do a different kind of read. Big surprise, right? So for those of you that are new to my channel, very warm welcome. And for those of you that are repeat offenders, thank you so much for stopping in and your support. So what we're going to be doing today is getting channeled and oracle messages as well as tarot messages from your ancestors. I've been heavily led to do this, even though it's definitely not a popular thing. I definitely get a lot more hits with what I would call my smut reads, but here we go. This is going to be pile number 1. This is going to be pile number 2. And this is going to be pile number 3. See you at your pile. Hi, pile number 1. Let's find out what your ancestors have to say. I'll be using a couple of different decks today. This one is brand new, never used on camera before. The Transparent Tarot by Emily Carding. Messages for my beautiful pal number 1. So right off the bat, first thing that I'm seeing is a river. It's kind of like a brook, in fact. A little bit faster moving than what you would think. It's very clear and beautiful. And I feel like this is a reflection upon where you've come from and where you're headed and how you're doing overall, okay? For pile number 1, messages for pile number 1, please show me now. We've got the Two of Pentacles. I don't know if you can see this here. So the Two of Pentacles, oddly enough, looks like they're sitting on the ground, almost in sort of kind of a yoga pose. Let's see if I can move the camera a bit. All right. And so what I want to say is that you're being recognized for juggling a lot of different things in your life and trying to make things work and piecing things together. There's a need to slow down. There's a need to look deeper into what it is that you're trying to accomplish and the why as well, okay? I'm being shown that, actually I'm being shown almost like pyramid looking sand piles. I don't know if that makes any sense to you, okay? But I feel like there is a way to get out and get more balanced than having to juggle so many tasks and different things like that to make it work. There's something that you're missing. And they're saying you're doing incredibly, incredibly well. They want you to take a moment, pause, and breathe. Feel like you're just constantly on the run. There's no time to stop. There's no time to really think. I heard the word agenda. Maybe you have an agenda or things to take care of, like we all do. But there's a need to pause. I'm also seeing in my mind's eye almost like a ballerina, and there's a light almost by the, I guess it would be where the root chakra is. So there's a need to stop dancing for just a moment, to stop movement. Even though you do it really gracefully, they're acknowledging you for like all the hard work and things like that that you're doing. You have noble causes, but it's definitely time just to get grounded to Mother Earth, Mother Nature, just for like 5 minutes. Get centered and get your own downloads. because there's important information that you yourself can get. And I feel like you know this, but the thought of slowing down is kind of irritating. Okay, and then I'm being shown almost like a bomb going off, like an atomic bomb, sorry, something like that. So maybe it's something that once you slow down and you take stock of, it's going to blow your mind. Also, I'm being referenced back and being led, thank you, okay, I'm being led right back to the original brook that I saw when we first opened your reading. And with that brook, I'm seeing that, you know, the water is extremely shallow. It's not even like a full, I don't even know. The more I look into it, I can see the bottom clearly. And I'm being told that there's so much more for you to examine on a deeper level. Take nothing at surface value, at face value. And that's why there's need to pause to reevaluate where you're headed, because there could be time and effort and energy wasted. And that for you could be not a good thing, okay? What else do we need to know, please? Show me now. We have got, that looks like, yeah, the 9 of Swords. It almost looked like a page for a moment. And so one thing I want to point out is that in the stopping of you juggling two things of equal importance, like school and work, or kids and work, or 2 jobs, or whatever the case may be, you are going to find your center, because your center chakra, your root chakra is going to really help. That's where everything starts, is for you to be able to get your own downloads and feel balanced, okay? So I'm seeing here that you have a lot of stress and worry, and even the idea of stopping to think about things causes you stress. You could be having a lot of thoughts like that wake you up in the middle of the night, things such as insomnia. I feel like initially you do things really, really well. Like you juggle really well, you provide really well, you have a lot of power, and I think that you could really be admired for those things as well. Like friends and family, like, wow, you got it going on. I can't believe you do all this stuff, and that is great, because I feel like a sense of like accomplishment. Maybe even at times you take personal pride in that, kind of like, look, I am getting it done. I don't need nobody, or that kind of a thing. But I'm just being shown that a byproduct of that isn't really, the byproduct is that you're awake at night, that you do have struggles and mental anguish, and that you rate yourself really harshly when it comes to doing stuff on a real level. So if you look beneath the surface, beneath the shallow facade of like, yeah, I do everything, you know, I do things great, or, you know, it's deeper than that, and I think your subconscious knows that, and that's why you're waking up in the middle of the night. You can't sleep. You're having these thoughts of like anxiety, and I heard animosity. That's going to be for one of the 2 of you, but fear not. We're going to get to the bottom of this, okay? I'm also being told, because you feel like you're doing everything alone, you're not. Your ancestors also give you guidance and provide for you different avenues and different provisions and different opportunities that we don't necessarily see, or we don't attribute that to the other side and people helping us. So show me more about this. What else do we need to know? Why is it 2 Pentacles, 9 of Swords here, please, for pile number 1? Show me now. So we have the 5 of Cups. I'm going to move this just a little so we can see all the beautiful cards here. And I love how they interact with one another, so we'll talk about that in a minute. Okay. So we've got the 5 of Cups here. And the 5 of Cups is being in a state of grief. I feel like maybe you could be running or dancing as fast as you can because you don't want to look at the grief that you actually have in your heart and your soul. And that is maybe why you are waking up in the middle of the night. Perhaps I feel like somebody had a partner that left them, or there's a divorce or abandonment of some sort, and there is all of a sudden all responsibility is on you, all eyes are on you. And I do feel like you shine and you have the wherewithal, but it would be nice to have some support that does cause you some anxiety. There needs to be more of a balance. Also, if I combine these two, as you saw, the anxiety appears to be on whatever is on the left-hand side of this pentacle, the thing that you do subconsciously that you're juggling, whatever it is. One of them causes you a lot of anxiety too, more so than the other. And I feel like this is something that you've done for a long time. For example, you work somewhere for a long time and you go back to it because it's what you know, you're good at it. But for whatever reason, it's really not, kind of like that time's up, and that's why it causes you anxiety, is because this is over and it's time to move on. And I'm going to say that there's something that you've been in mourning about, something that you don't really think about during the day or try not to. You kind of medicate on being super busy. And as you can tell by all of the smoke, I'm being told it's smoke. It's like a smoke screen, so I don't have to stop and think. And I feel that and I hear that. I feel like you take, again, a lot of pride in your achievements and personal accomplishments and how far you've come, and as you should, right? But there is a measure of, when I look back, when I stop, when I pause, I feel grief, my heart hurts. And I don't like being in that place. I don't want to go to that place, and that's why I'm constantly running and doing something. I fill my life with busyness and tasks so that I don't have to feel. What else do we need to know, please, about pile number 1? I keep seeing, okay, I didn't mention it before, but I keep seeing this tree, a really, really beautiful big tree. And I kind of think of it as like the family tree. And there is actually like a flame on the inside of it. And so maybe the family tree, that has to do, obviously, with maybe you're working on your genealogy, your family tree. But with the flame in the center, there's like a passion or something burning within, or something telling you stop and take a look at this. So maybe some of you guys are adopted or have adopted children, or don't feel like you really relate, or you want to dig more into your family tree because there's more to be found there. Okay. Oh, good grief. Okay, this is intense, so I'm going to flip it this way. This is the 3 of Swords, my least favorite card in the whole deck, right? And so it falls sideways, and there are times when you feel like perhaps maybe you have stabbed yourself, and other people have stabbed you and mistreated you. Like you've been stabbed in the back, perhaps by 2 different people, 2 different situations in a monumental way. Sorry for the stutter. And you berate yourself for not seeing this, not understanding this. Maybe it was done by people who were considered your family, family of choice, for example, or it was actual family members, and this just really has served to devastate you. Perhaps secrets that have not been revealed to you, or that you weren't privy to, or something like that, hurt you. And so I think that that's another reason to really, really get centered. Okay, we're going to find out a little bit more about this. If this has resonated, please do give me a like, share, comment, subscribe. I'm not going to leave you hanging here. We're going to get to the good stuff. How do we get out of this bullshit energy? How do we overcome? How do we wind up victorious over all of these betrayals? So first I want to get a little bit more information. That way it can be confirmation for you. A little bit more information for my palette number 1, please. I'm seeing library books, and I'm seeing a hand extended, and somebody has like a bunch of library books in their palm of their hand, almost like you have the knowledge. Tell me why pile 1 feels betrayed, and that's why they're so tough with themselves, even betraying themselves at times. Show me why the 3 of Swords came out sideways. Show me now. I heard core, like an apple core. We've got the 3 of Cups, and we've got the 2 of Cups. This could be somebody that you spent time, energy, effort, blood, sweat, and tears, or happy hour, just really celebrating, whatever that means to you. It could be literally having drinks. It could be family celebrations, but definitely people or a situation where you spend a lot of time with them. So there was a time when things were merry and things were great, and especially because there's a 2 right here, I feel like you got really hurt or betrayed by somebody, almost like a soulmate, a twin flame, a karmic connection, any one of those. And this could include family members, lovers, brothers, sisters. It doesn't make a difference. Okay, it's excuse me, a deep connection that you feel like it was literally your other half, like they could finish your sentence, you could finish their sentence. You've never felt a connection like this before. For some or one of you, I feel like this was even a twin, a family member, and literally your twin that was birthed with you from your mom, that kind of a thing. And for whatever reason, your closeness has been betrayed or shattered, and it is not there anymore. And maybe that's why so much of the run for independence. But look at these cards together. I want to show you. So if this has happened to you, I'm really, really sorry. But look at how that all flows. I'm so sorry. I'm having a hard time speaking. So this person right here is almost kind of like, okay, well, I can't trust the people I celebrated with, that were in my circle, in my area, that were around me. I can't trust anybody, so I'm going to do it all myself. And so perhaps you have broken connection with these other people, and rightly so. I feel like deep down inside you wish that things were the same. It's almost like if you stop and slow down, there is an element of like ghosting or seeing ghosts in your life. What could have been, what should have been. I think that the busyness also deflects from you being really connected with another person. And again, I feel like this is kind of like a protective armor, a little bit of a smarmy face, like, you know what, I can do it, I don't need those crap, that kind of a thing. So let's find out what we can do. Show me how to heal from this situation, please, and show me now. This guy was totally just sticking out. 7 of Wands, so defending yourself. And it's, you know, it's okay to defend yourself if you feel under attack, if you feel like people are coming at you. You know what, the biggest message I get here is that you have the strength to defend yourself now, whereas you saw red flags before, and maybe you didn't really defend yourself because, oh, they're my friend, they're my other half, they are my twin, or this is the person that has my back because we spend a lot of time together. Their digs don't mean what they feel like they mean. Maybe you allowed people to get away with crap that you're not going to allow now. So I want to reassure you, like, you don't have to be super, super defensive, because you have the wherewithal to really defend yourself. And these figures are all kind of shaded in black, and this one is red. And so I feel like you're feeling more confident, more grounded. If you actually really stop and look at your skill set, you can spot red flags, you can spot bullshit, you can also defend yourself. You don't need anything, and you don't need to hide when you feel hurt, or when you feel like somebody's coming at you sideways, or when somebody doesn't have your best interest at heart. There's no need to kind of make excuses for anyone any longer. Look how pretty that is. The Ace of Cups. This is where you find that place that makes you feel alive once again. It makes you overflowing with emotion. It makes you optimistic. It helps you get in touch with your feelings, your inner core. It makes you feel like I can give and not be stingy with my emotions, my time, energy. This is also the Holy Grail. This is radiant. Like, I found what completes me, what helps me to feel. And I'm getting messages on my crown chakra of like intensity, and what that tells me is that we're onto something right here. So your own downloads, your own messages, and finding what makes you truly happy is going to really help you move forward, which really makes sense, right? Excuse me. I feel like getting some sun, getting your own downloads from the sun is going to be really helpful. If you're into light codes and things like that, this is a confirmation. You could enjoy or benefit from watching the sunset and sunrise. What else do we need to know, please, about healing for pile number 1? Ancestors say, I see everything and we're supporting you. It's time to break a cycle. It's time to break free from the chains. Balance. We've got the yin and yang. For me, this smells of victory, of love, of balance, balancing your heart, your emotions. Okay, the yin and yang, to me this feels like prana. This is dedicating more time to your heart space. Maybe some meditation, some gentle yoga, flowing yoga, whatever your thing is. But connecting with your breath will really help activate that sense of security. Also focusing on the root chakra is going to really help and assist with that, but really slowing down at least 10 minutes in the morning just to get grounded and allow for messages that you yourself can get. We all have that quote power and ability is going to be really helpful. Okay, and like clarification. What is the Ace of Cups here, please? How can we find this Ace of Cups to help our pile number 1 heal? Show me now. I'm being shown a hand with a bunch of water in it. So I feel like the happiness is well within your grasp. Okay, the Hierophant. So there's a tree that we talked about. And this is the Hierophant. This is having the answers right at the trunk of her tree. Right where perhaps if she were to sit down, I feel like it's almost like a reference to getting connected to Mother Earth, the root chakra. And I feel like there's a long list of things that you feel like you have to do, want to do. And with these things here, I almost feel like she's wearing a shawl of vines or something like that, but it feels like something that's just tying you down. Like a tree can't necessarily just up and move, right? And there's been a lot of finger pointing, kind of like you did this, and whatever the case may be. But I feel like your ancestors are saying, look, you're in the bottom of something right now, and not necessarily just to point fingers. That time has passed. Those people know what they've done, and you can keep a list of grievances. But here, even more powerful, you had 2 keys. What do those keys belong to? They belong to the freedom, your heart, unlocking your personal moving forward door. I'm going to call it that. It's like locking anything that's going to help you move forward and move beyond this energy being stuck and looking at the past. Even if you're running towards the future and doing things, there's a motive behind it that is really anchored in what happened in the past, in this betrayal. Okay, and I totally get it. It is not a judgment. I'm just here to help. What else do we need to know about our pile number 1, please? Show me now. Wow. Okay, we've got some gem cards. And we've got the Magician and the 8 of Wands. I love these cards. By the way, I was led to do your reading with these cards. I kept hearing the word wood and being led to using the dark wood tarot. Okay, and so these came out sideways, which tells me that there's times when you feel like you're totally and completely able to see things from a higher perspective, have all the tools that you know. You have the tools that you need. You have everything within your arsenal to be able to move forward and manifest things, and then you don't. So it's like this: I'm a magician. No, I'm not. I got it down. No, I'm not. I got this. No, I don't. So it's a little bit like being double-minded. Again, reference to the root chakra. Get grounded. That's going to help you manifest what it is that you want. And 8 of Wands, this is about things coming towards you quickly, illumination, a lot of messages. And you feel like, you know, back and forth. I almost feel like you have your own downloads and messages coming to you when you sit and meditate, or at that point in time when you're lucid dreaming, that you get these like little epiphanies, eureka moments. And perhaps you don't pay a lot of attention to them. You're like, oh yeah, that was just a dream, or whatever the case may be. But you can be, I feel like you're standing in your own way is what this is saying. So be careful not to be so confident or so cocky of what you're doing in the material world, in the 3D, that you are neglecting your spiritual and emotional self, because this is only going to serve to hurt you and no one else. What else do we need to know about my pile number 3? Please show me now. Did I say 3? There might be something here for you. And pile number 3, I have no idea what that is because I'm only doing 1. I apologize. So pile number 1, what else do we need to know for my pile number 1 to heal? 1, thank you. Okay, yeah, so something big is going to be changing. Something big needs to change. There needs to be a balancing of things. So right now with the juggling and stuff, you're out of balance, you're off kilter, and until you balance this, things are not gonna really feel right. And look at all the illumination. Like, this is like the thunderbolt. It's almost like blowing your mind, and it almost goes back to that vision that I saw of the atomic bomb going off and the big mushroom cloud that I saw, and so it feels reminiscent of that. Okay, there could be a lot of things within you that just burst forth. I feel like you're actually becoming a completely different person. So you are going to be burning within that flame that I saw within the tree. I think that that is actually you. Your passions, your desires are going to be in the purest form. They are going to burn out. They're going to, for example, if we're focused on, I love my car, and this is the kind of car I want, and that's all you work for, it's kind of a hollow victory. It's a victory in the 3D, and you know, cars are not bad within themselves, but if that's all you're thinking, I feel like you're going to understand and have realization that there are deeper things that you need to pay attention to. That's going to make you feel alive, make you feel vibrant, make you feel like not only can you conquer, but you can consume almost whatever it is that you want. If that's, you know, the path that I feel like whatever this desire is going to be so different than what you desire now. Okay, so I see major transformation. Don't be afraid of it. What else do we need to know about this major transformation for pile number 1, please? Show me now. Major transformation, addressing things that have broken your heart, that perhaps people that have lied, stolen, and cheated from you, but also how we self-deceive ourselves, that, you know, that didn't have that much effect on me, or I've outgrown that, or I worked through that, I've been in therapy and that just is already healed, that doesn't affect me. I think that you are going to see things deeper than you ever have been before, and it's going to help you to set yourself free. This person is still being held hostage and still being held up here, well, presumably by this person right here. So there's an element of like, I can't move forward or can't move beyond this betrayal, this heart, and boy, do I understand that. Okay, I just had a jump card. We're taking that, of course. The 7 of Cups. So this jumped and it came sideways. So be careful that in your dreaming and planning for your future and things like that, you actually look at real viable options, because there's going to be some stuff that's rooted in fantasy because it's touch and go, and some things you'll realize it's pure fantasy, and others you'll be like, what the heck? So by the time said and done, if you write down 7 things or 7 different directions that you want to head towards, or 7 different things that are going to be important to you, 2 of them are going to be the best routes to pick from, at least. Okay, and last messages, please, for my pile number 1. Show me now. There's going to be justice in your situation. What? Justice with the Emperor, okay? I feel like I heard having the last laugh. I don't feel personally like that's not my thing. If that's your thing, that's great. But I feel like justice will be served. There will be a balance. Those that have been left wanting and lacking, and those that have been lied to, cheated, stolen from, there will be a reset, a scale that balances everything, okay? You don't have to be present to witness karma happening. And in fact, I don't even like the idea personally anymore of, oh, they'll get their karma. It's almost like ill wishing another person, and it's not for me. I just hope that I can do my best to move forward, and whatever shakes out for everybody else, that's kind of on them. The Emperor, this is about gaining stability, understanding, wisdom, but having just a solid standing, standing on solid ground. It could stand also for a father figure, for somebody who leads with an iron fist, who knows what is best. This is like a really good provider and a partner. So this can stand for any of these, but I feel like you're crying out for justice even within your family tree. And maybe you're saying justice for my father or about my father, okay? It could be something like that. So keep in mind that once this whole thing breaks open, you're going to have a lot of like oranges and yellows to really focus on, and that is going to help you because you're going to move up your chakra. Orange is going to be your sensuality, what gives you pleasure, gives you joy, gives you the feeling, once again, of the Three of Cups, of I can even enjoy things by myself or with other people, and there won't be any more of this divided kind of energy or dualistic purpose, okay? You'll have your yin and your yang firmly planted. I'm going to pull a mudra card that you can focus on if you choose to help. And this is just a hand gesture, kind of like to help you, included with your breathing technique, okay? What can help pile number 1, please? Show me now. Opening. I saw this before, and I kept shuffling. Okay, the Yoni Mudra. If you know, you know. I'm going to move this here, I guess. And let's get these out of the way so we're not distracted. We're going to focus on what brings you personal joy. Okay, for some of you guys, I feel like some of you guys have been actually sexually abused and have a lot of healing to do regarding that. And this is like talking also, that I kind of felt that like, I don't know, 3 minutes ago or so, but I didn't really want to get into it because it just seems so deep and personal. But then here we go with the opening, the Yoni Mudra. So this assists with inner cycles, fluidity, feminine awakening. The benefits are that it supports reproductive and urinary health, eases menstrual PMS and menopausal symptoms, directs breath to the sacrum, lower back, and pelvis. Instructions: place the palm of the hands together with the fingers and thumbs pointing up. Interlock the pinky ring and middle fingers downward. Bring the thumbs towards the body and join the pads and index finger together to form a diamond shape. Rest the hands, the thumbs facing upward in front of the pelvis. And the breathing and the focus should be, I open to the divine feminine within me. So maybe you've had some blockages as far as opening up sexually, intimately with other people. Let's see if I can get my hands around this camera. So something like this, okay? And that's what you're doing here, almost like making a heart like that, and then extending these guys. But anyways, Yoni Mudra is something that would be really, really helpful. You can just do it at home, obviously, and just sit there and do it quietly. Breathe deep and feel your tension releasing and helping you connect with your femininity, reconnecting. Because sometimes if this is indicated of somebody that, for example, stole your innocence or has something to do with like sexual abuse, then this is going to really help you be grounded in the here and now, and to open up things that really have been stolen from you, things that you thought you couldn't even open up to. And then I'm seeing like a really big cliff. So I feel like this could help you kind of cross that bridge a little bit and help your healing. All right, so again, I hope that this resonated. If it does, much love to you. And I'm really sorry if you could relate to the whole sexual abuse. I definitely relate to that. And with that, much love, much healing to you, and namaste. Hi, pile number 2. This message is for you. I'm going to move the camera a little bit out so you can see the cards as I lay them out. Let's see, hopefully. Okay. Let's light us a little bit of sage right here. So pile number 2, the first thing that I'm getting, even when I initially pulled these, these little figures, paper dolls, I guess I can call them, I just felt a really deep sense of like loneliness, a sense of not belonging, and about also feeling kind of watchful, like you've been through it and there's not a lot of trust, okay? And so if you've been feeling that, or if you grew up that way, definitely this message is going to be a confirmation for what you've been feeling, all right? I get a feeling of almost like separation, isolation. I'm actually seeing a window being open. And when you open up windows, usually like in movies, they open up from the outside. The panels are like this. Wait, I can't do that with my hands. Okay. And then they open out, inside. So in my vision, what I'm seeing is panels opening up this way. Okay, so you open up the shutters. Oh my God, I got that all backwards. So panels are opening up indoors instead of outdoors, okay? I hope you know what I'm talking about. So I feel like there is a need. It's almost like I heard window to the soul. There's a need to open up panels from the inside so you can allow actually your best to shine forward. I feel like there's a lot with you with reservation, not wanting to really expose yourself until you're 1000% sure you're not going to get burned or hurt. I feel like this is from childhood, maybe even from birth. I heard that you felt kind of like shunned or not wanted. I'm seeing also a stack of these, a lot of energy on my crown chakra, a stack of wood, okay, piles of wood, and they're tied with twine or something like that. And I feel like, to me, it feels a lot like the 10 of Wands. It's been a big burden for you, and it's time to lay down those burdens. What other people think is not your problem, and there's nothing defective or wrong about you. There is a need to look with new eyes, and get back into your personal power. It's going to be very, very, very important. I'm not hiding. And I feel like the way we hide sometimes, I've done it. I was not at all vocal for many years, like growing up all the way till maybe like 15, 16, I think. But we can hide and wear masks by just being quiet, by silence or silence. I heard the word acquiesce. I hope I said that wrong. Right. Oh my gosh, what is wrong with me? See, I feel like I'm getting all mixed up, and I feel like you are actually mixed up. There's nothing wrong with you. And because, okay, so I'm also seeing 2 of Swords. This is like a stalemate, kind of like you need to make a move, you need to make a decision, and you're not making it. But you're debating on it. You're thinking a lot about it. There's a lot of, and there's a deep silence, by the way, accompanied with this stalemate. You're not speaking on it either. There's a lot of emotion behind it. Oh my gosh. Okay. We're going to regroup these babies and get into the card portion of your reading. So yeah, I definitely feel like you have got it all mixed up, and it's because people around you have not been kind. I feel like you have suffered quite a bit and just felt a lot of loneliness, and that doesn't have to be anymore. Show me for pile number 2, please. Pile number 2. Show me what I need to see, please. Your ancestors are showing me a person that also been impaled with a lot of swords, almost like the 10 of Swords, that you have been the focus, or that you have felt betrayed and leveled to the point where you could not move, that you felt like you weren't even worthy to stand up once again from such betrayal, such hardship, such pain. This could be from people that were supposed to protect you, love you, support you, things like that. I'm being shown a claw also. Almost like a raven's claw grabbing onto a gem. And so I'm hearing that your ancestors acknowledge this crappiness that was done to you, and maybe it's been a pattern. And so those people are not, they're not meant to be a long-term part of your life any longer if they are in your life, okay? Pile number 2. What do I need to know for you? Show me now. I'm seeing a baby. It's almost like a baby doll, and the baby doll's crying. Oh, good grief. Okay. I mixed all these cards in the same one. There might be something in pile 1 for you, because all the same cards came out, even though I mixed them. So, a lot of inability to sleep, a lot of dark thoughts keep you up awake at night, and I feel like you've turned those swords on yourself. You have made yourself a part of a team, and whose team are you on? Other people's team with your thoughts. We don't do this on purpose, it's subconscious, where we wind up believing the tapes and the negativity that got played by other people. So, for example, you wake up in the middle of the night, you're like, I just can't do this, and I'll never amount to anything. Nobody's ever going to love me. I'm always by myself. Thoughts like that, which I can really, really relate to. Those thoughts are other people that have said that to you perhaps in your lifetime. So it's going to be really important and helpful if you actually maybe, you know, I would say, first of all, get some professional therapy, of course, but also writing down the messages that you hear when you wake up, when you're stressed. Okay, I'm not worthy, and nobody's going to love me, and nobody cares, whatever. Let's just take that one, like, I'm always by myself, which, again, I can relate to. And that causes you stress, like you want companionship, you want to be understood, you want to feel a sense of community, a sense of family, a sense of belonging, a sense of acceptance, okay? Not isolated and being shunned. And I feel like if you wrote that down and then wrote down, okay, this is how I'm feeling, all right, so what am I doing in the current day to allow for other energies to come through to make this wrong? Prove me wrong, right? If you're always by yourself, are you making yourself available? Are you leaving the house? Are you initiating, like going out to coffee or speaking to someone online? Or are you willing to open up your heart a little bit? Because I feel like the answer is no as of right now. You're really focused on your betrayal. The 3 of Swords really talks about 3 really big monumental betrayals. And if you look, there's a 2 of Swords that I talked about, the stalemate before, of not moving forward, inability to do anything, even though something needs to be done. And then you have that 3rd sword pointed right at your stomach. It's almost like I'll just, you know, hopefully not, but the thought or the feeling is I'll mutilate myself, kill myself, that kind of a thing. You could struggle with these thoughts and emotions, by the way, and I once again feel you. And again, please do reach out. There is much help, and you are not alone at all. I really tend to collect and resonate with people very much like you, because I've felt that way as well, and actually sometimes still do. There is an element of looking at the past, feeling a lot of sadness over loss, feeling a lot of grief. And I think that that lives with you very much in your energy at this moment. We need to process that out. Look up techniques on tapping. Definitely, again, therapy. I'm not a licensed professional by a long shot. I've just had a lot of trauma. Okay, so I tend to talk about whatever it is that my guides give me. I feel like this is a lack of acceptance within your own family. What else do we need to know for pile number 2? Please show me now. Okay, so the 3 of Wands, we've got cooperation, initiation. We have waiting for your ships to come. So if you notice, these are shadows. It's almost like shadows from the past, okay? And what you have really in front of you is, I think that you're doing a waiting game, kind of like I'm waiting for things to change, waiting for better people to come towards me. Each one has a wand. And I feel like that's part of addressing who you really are. What puts fire in your belly? What excites you? What is it that captures your attention? That it could be a hobby, a sport, whatever. It could be writing, it could be reading, it could be helping others. Whatever it is that you are passionate about, model figures, building miniature homes, or building things with their hands, or learning. Any of those things, I would say, really start following your passion. If you're not now, then it's going to be important to follow your passion, because these were given to you by your ancestors, by the divine. And what I'm seeing is actually a log that is being carved out into canoe, and all of the swords are like stabbed in the center of the log. And as this log is being carved, the swords are being pulled out, okay, for you to actually be able to get in. And so it's not the quintessential 6 of Swords that you see in the Tarot, which is like movement forward. It is, but it isn't. The difference is that the swords are not embedded all the way to the bottom. So if you take them out, you sink. These are just meant to reflect that you need to take out some of these thoughts and ideas and carve your way into the future, so that you can actually feel like you're buoyant. You are on the stream, in the stream of life. You are flowing, that you are having movement, and you're feeling that purification and that grace and that sense of support that you need. What else do we need to see? Show me what I need to see. Why is the 3 of Wands here for my palette number 2? Ooh, show me now. Okay, these are all coming out. I'm gonna take them. Get these cards. Okay, so look, what I tell you, the Ace of Wands, find your passion, or dedicate more time and attention to your passion, because in there, that's how you're going to find people that you resonate with, people that think the same as you do. It could feel like a challenge, okay? With the 5 of Wands, it could feel like a battle against yourself, a battle against your old tapes that get played within your head. For example, like, oh, you don't have the talent, or why are you dedicating time to that? Or you like to reenact the whatever era and do cosplay. Well, what good is that? Well, you know, all of those tapes were given to you, and it's time to really break those tapes and put in a new recording, because here, my friends, you have beautiful rainbow. And I just had my glasses and I took them off and I can't see very well. Okay, so it is the number 14, and this is attaining, I mean, this is fire, of course. And so your world is going to open up, emotional communication, emotional abundance. There's so much more to be had here, with cooperation, with liberation, I heard, with not feeling like you are the only odd duck. Because I'm the odd duck, by the way. I definitely don't look like other people and don't think like other people. And yeah, I definitely get uncomfortable still knowing that fact, but it is what it is. I feel like you are going to understand and accept yourself more, because we're all meant to be different. there is no cookie cutter. I mean, we weren't grown in a lab as much as modern technology is wanting us to come from a little, you know, being created a lab or whatever. We're not meant to do that. What else do we need to know, please? For my pile number 2. Pile number 2. Show me more, please. And show me now. I feel like bridging the gap also. I feel like some of you guys could have been through like an earthquake or seen like ground separating, I'm sure. Ground breaking, maybe that has something to do with what it is that you're doing. For you, it would be groundbreaking to get a new mindset, okay? A new mindset. Here is the Page of Swords, doing a little bit of homework on what it is that you're passionate about. A little spying, a little investigating, and a little investigating into what it is that your passion is, or looking at other methods of really other tapes to run your life from, okay? Other things to tell yourself, and maybe you need to even write down new messages like, I am whole, I am complete, I am great the way I am, I am divinely supported. Okay, when I said that, I just saw a bloom. It's almost like a star made up of lights, and your ancestors were grabbing onto that. And I feel like this goes way deeper than you can ever imagine. Your ancestors are supporting you. Feel like you've been through the dark night of the soul already, and sometimes you feel like there's no hope. I'm seeing almost like a crow morph into a peacock with all the beautiful feathers as well. Okay. It's time to take the swords out and leave the betrayals behind, because you bring that energy back with you if you don't. What else do we need to know? Sorry about the camera shake there. What do we need to know about this passion, this excitement, this new idea? For my pile number 2, show me now. We've got the Scales of Justice. And if you look, it's weighed by the sword. I feel like clarity of thought, clarity of mind. You want everything to be really clear and concise. I heard surgical precision. Maybe you are a surgeon, a lawyer, a judge, somebody who works with the courts, a court system. Reevaluating everything. Measuring things to make sure that what you see with precision, with wisdom, with the intellect that you have, that everything is balanced. That's really powerful. I think that intelligence has, I mean, you're super intelligent. I think that intelligence is a really big deal for you. My ancestors are saying, don't go by a paper. Like, papers and degrees are great, but it's really not all about that, okay? A paper was created by man, and you've been divinely gifted with precision, with observation, with wisdom, and your own intuition. So don't go by just what a piece of paper says that you earned, that you know. The number 11 could be of special significance, 1111. I feel like you are learning how to tame your inner demons, your inner fears, and make it, I heard the word mansito, like make it be something that serves you instead of gets in your way. Look, then I have the Phoenix peeking out. Okay, so this is like the key to your liberation is containing your wild thoughts sometimes, that they kind of get the better of you, is containing and restraining and refraining, actually, some of those dark thoughts that really take you into a bad place. I'm looking for a number on here. Oh, is it the number 20, okay? Number 20, and it reduces to number 2. This is all about your personal power. Your personal power lies in the ability to judge fairly, to be concise, to be precise, like the precision of a surgeon, to be able to see how things need to be fair and balanced. That's going to be monumental for you. Your personal power is going to help you to evolve into this beautiful phoenix rising from the fire, that just when you think you're down, you can't stand enough, that you've had enough and you're rendered helpless, you rise up from the ashes and you become the person at core that you have always been. And I think people are going to be shocked to see this. I think you're going to be shocked about your own ability to rise up and command. I feel like you're going to be commanding a room, commanding attention, and standing up for causes that you yourself has suffered from. Whether this is like, for some of you, I heard like racial abuse, and even within your family, being shunned for being different. What else do we need to know about pile number 2? Here we go. Look at that. I had my glasses on and then God knows what I did. It is the 9 of Pentacles. I thought so, but I want to be 100% sure. So look, this person is resting on 9 of Pentacles. This desire, the things that have wronged you, that have made you feel isolated, that have made you feel like an odd duck, that made you feel different, that made you feel like you didn't fit in, that perhaps just made you really think that you were unrelatable, or other people made you feel like you were unrelatable, you are going to be thriving on. You're going to take all of those things and transmute that energy into something that gives you viable support. She's even resting on her coins. This is stuff that you spent time, energy, blood, sweat, and tears into, fostering like your own money. Maybe you're going to start a foundation of sorts, or a means to help educate other people, or a cause that stands up for people that were in the place that excuse me, are in the place that you were once upon a time. The trick to this is going to be not allowing yourself emotionally to abuse yourself, okay? Being okay with the fact that we're different. If there is no difference, again, we'd be grown in a lab and there would be no change. It's people like you that make the change in the world that we see. Tell me more about this 9 of Pentacles, please, and show me now. Look, it's where you find your fire, your sense of community. What is this? Oh my goodness. Whose eyeballs are not working? It looks like, oh, it's the 8. Okay, the 8 of Cups, yeah. So the need, look, actually it makes perfect sense. This person is walking. Let's see if I can show you better. This person is walking on top of all the cups that are spilled. This is what you put your time, energy, emotion, blood, sweat, and tears from. The things that you work so hard on to fit in, to maybe make your family accept you, friends accept you, or co-workers, or a partner, whatever the case may be. And these cups spilled. It's like all that liquid, that emotional gratification just went to the dirt, and the dirt drank it, thirsty as can be, and you got not even a sip of it. And you sat there and measured each and every cup perfectly, and it still didn't bring you happiness because it didn't get you what you wanted. And so consequently, you flip the cups over, created like a pyramid, and you are climbing that. And by that, I'm just saying that you're going to use those experiences, that pain. By flipping the cup, you're acknowledging that it just didn't bring you happiness, and you are climbing on top of it to reach the 9th cup, okay? And that means that you are reaching your happiness. You're stepping on all the things that caused you unhappiness, things that didn't work before, ways of doing things that didn't work before, and you're basically creating a new life for yourself. What else do we need to know about our pile number 2, please? Show me now. Yep, the wand, excitement, drive, fire in your belly. Okay, this could be a new business, a new idea. I heard innovation. You could be a content creator. You could have grown up really, really poor and you're about to make some monumental wealth. I feel like you've never fully given yourself emotionally to another person as well. If you have, it's been a long, long time. But that can also change, okay? So, clarifying this reading for my pile number 2, please. Pile number 2, what do I have for you? Show me now. The Hermit. There's a need to go within, reflect. A reference to your root chakra, maybe a little meditation. But I feel like you have learned so many different lessons that people are going to start coming to you. They're going to see you poised. They're going to see you as having the answers. You could be a Virgo, by the way. But bottom line is you're going to be holding that lamp of answers, a lamp that we all get attracted to in a dark world. You're going to really even be exposing some things. Injustices could be exposed as well that are being referenced here. Injustice for mankind as well. Some shady stuff, okay? But I feel like you going with it is going to make a really big difference in such a way that it's unmistakable, not just for 1 or 2 people, but for many. I'm hearing for your bloodline. And I'm seeing a whole bunch of people in the sea, the ocean, almost like when a ship sinks. And they're on these like little boats and stuff. And I feel like you are going to be the way to, you're going to be the answer. You're going to be on that rescue ship that comes to help everybody out of the water, because you understand that level of pain. You understand what it is to be afloat, adrift with no help and no inspiration and maybe even no buoy. But I feel like, okay, I'm being told you are the strong one in the family line. So everything is really inverted to what you have seen with the naked eye. And then I'm showing, I think it's like an old Viking ship where they have a bunch of oars and they have to like move at the same time in order to get the ship to move in the same direction. So I feel like teamwork. You're going to have people supporting and helping your cause. What else do we need to know for pile number 2? What do I have for you? Show me now. The Sun. What? Can this get any better? So if you are feeling some sort of way, some sort of tenderness, like that's all about to change. I feel like currently you might be still cloaked, still disguised, still kind of blending in. But pretty soon you are going to be known for exactly who you are. And not only that, but you are going to be loud and proud and just fully naked in front of the world. I don't mean that like without clothes, but of course I mean you willing to expose yourself and be who you are. And I feel like you're going to gain acceptance. I feel like this is again going to illuminate causes that people shove to the background that they don't talk about. Like being like the stepchild, or being treated less than, or being from a foster home and not being taken care of like the other kids in the household. Experiencing a lot of pain and a lot of salt in the wounds. And I feel like people are going to resonate with that on a core level that you never would have thought. And it's not just you, okay? And your ancestors are proud of you. And you have a strength that you don't even know. You have the ability to bring the sun out for so many different people, including and not limited to yourself. What else do we need to know? Please show me now. The 10 of Wands. That was that stack of wood that I saw. It's been a burden. You could be feeling like when you get up, when you wake up, you take one foot in front of the other. Life has lost all color, meaning in a lot of ways. It's just all you can do to make it out of bed. You don't think about the future. You think this moment, this minute in time. Show me why this is here, please. And show me now. The Page of Cups. This could be about a child, about your inner child. This is also could be if children not involved, and that doesn't resonate. This could be actually someone coming to give you a cup of affection, or somebody who actually sees you for who you really are, and they give you kudos, they give you acknowledgement, they give you, it's something that is going to invoke like emotional gratification, and you're going to feel like, wow, I'm seen, like people actually resonate and see me. And yes, you are seen. Okay, Mudra to help. My beautiful pal number 2, please. Pal number 2, show me now. Check this out. Brilliance. Brilliance along with the sun, right? You're going to wind up showing people your brilliance. Tejas Mudra. Okay, so it looks something like this. The number 25, 5 reduces to the 25 reduces to a 7. So I feel like you're going to come more into like spirituality, more grounded. I feel like your heart chakra will be affected and start opening up, and allow the brilliance that is within your heart to really affect your outer world and really help mankind. I know that sounds big, but it really is. Assistant, inner light, focus, radiance. The benefit, directs breath to heart, chest, and ribs. Assists with immune system, awakens, and uplifts energy. Instructions, bend the 2 index fingers, softly touching them together. Bring the thumb together, facing upward. Spread the other fingers apart and wide. Hold the mudra in front of the heart, a few inches away from the body. Relax the elbows downward. Caution. With heart conditions and hypertension, use caution. And your focus when you're doing this mudra is, I embrace the radiant brilliance of my loving heart. This is more about self-love, self-acceptance, which in turn will teach other people around you and the world indeed to love you as well. You're already divinely loved and supported. You just need to see it. With that, I hope you like this reading. Do smash that like button, like, share, comment, subscribe, and much healing to you. Namaste. Hi friends, if you chose pile number 3, this message is for thee. So pile number 3, let's find out what messages we have. Show me what I need to see for pile number 3. Pile number 3. I'm going to take that. Check this out. Number 19, it reduces to a 10. And then 10 goes back to the 1, so new beginnings. Radiant beginnings. I feel like there could be an ending to somebody's being alone, being solitary, feeling alone. This doesn't have to do with the partnership. You could be partnered, married, whatever, in a situation. And this jumped out, so I'm taking it with you. But I feel like this has everything to do with you being an individual and feeling kind of like I don't have a sense of community, or I feel alone. Okay. And then number 9, that you put up fences against other people, against the world, in order to protect yourself. But I feel like you're realizing that it's become a prison. And that realization is going to help you change everything in your life. I feel like you have done a lot of inner work. It's been painful, it's been dirty, it's been hard. I see a lot of swords up. Maybe you've had a lot of people competing against you, fighting against you, tug-of-warring against you for no reason. Maybe fighting just to fight. People that thought you were like friends, family, whatever the case may be, that should be on your side, want to compete with you. This could be energetically or with words. But every time a situation comes up or anything, you turn around, it's a freaking competition, okay? And with that, I'm seeing actually somebody lifting up a wand. So this is like being victorious, having victory over that situation, that energy. What else do I need to see? Why is the sun here, please? I feel like this is the most powerful card in the deck, the sun. The sun illuminates everything. The sun also can alter your DNA with light codes, if you're into that sort of stuff. I feel like you are coming out of a web. So what I'm seeing is still people fighting within a square. So everybody's been hammered into the square. This is like perception of the world, self-perception. Everybody fighting, and then right in between it, all of a sudden I have this like road. It's been a long journey, but you're coming out of this energy. You're no longer fighting. What has become pain in your life is about to transform into a very open path, something that you can actually see. You're like, I went through that because of this, and this is why I'm here, kind of a thing. Oh, these cards are so crazy. Slippery. Number 15. I feel like this is a Wheel of Fortune. We're going to verify it though. See, 5 again. I keep feeling 5s of fluctuation, change, fighting, arguing. Sorry, we're going to get... Oh, this is a Devil. Look at that. Fighting and arguing. And then we have the Devil. Interesting. So I did see a square, and it could be, even with this being the Devil, I thought it was a Wheel of Fortune, that there's a need, like an obsession, to be able to get to the other side, to see how everything works. There's an obsession to see, perhaps even why you've gone through these like tug-of-warring trials and tribulations that keep you up in the middle of the night with anxiety, with feeling isolated or stressed, okay? There's sort of like a bondage here. I need to see like the outcome to know that it's real, and I don't think that's necessarily true. Why is the Devil here, please? What is this obsession? This could be a Capricorn in your life too. Addiction. Why is the Devil here? For pile number 3, show me now. For some of you guys, yeah. For some of you guys, you've transformed, or you're about to transform this addictive behavior. It could be, addictive behavior can manifest in many ways. This could be regular addiction, like I'm addicted to a substance, or this could be addiction to a person, place, or thing, or even, usually, it's an addiction to the way we think, okay? I'm gonna move this here. So there is a big transformation with this, and what you need to know about that is that you are going to feel liberated, but also you're going to feel the warmth of the sun. You're going to feel like, I don't know how I escape the cycle. I'm constantly thinking about this drug or this drink or this porn or this person, or even being addicted to attention or being addicted to success or money. All of those things are addictions. And I feel like you're going to liberate yourself and come into a gentler time where you are your most authentic self. You're going to feel free. You're going to experience freedom and liberation. And with that, I feel like you're going to also feel the warmth of the sun. Like, not everything is bad and negative and I'm having to run here and there. I'm feeling like I can relax. I'm calm. I'm seeing the sun come from a place of clouds. Like maybe you had a lot of brain fog and that is clearing up little by little, but it is clearing up. And the more you get away from this addictive situation, whether it's like, you know, even junk food is addictive, right? With all those lovely chemicals that they put so we can actually buy their products. Whatever this addiction is, be patient. It's very transformative. It's your inner core, something you've never done, but I feel a great liberation. I feel a lot of your like heart chakra and throat chakra working together, which is really, really good. It tells me that you're going to be speaking about things that you are passionate about, that you're excited about, that you feel great about, that you can even dance about. I feel like this will cloak you with grace, with beauty, whether you're male or female, doesn't make a difference. You know, people say like swag. You could have your own kind of swag with just a self-confidence, not a swag that's usually like deliberately so other people can look. I don't know, but I think it's an inner grace and inner beauty and how you portray yourself that's going to be so much more powerful. Yeah. And I got verification by seeing in my mind's eye the Ace of Wands. And then people swirling around you, almost like they can't get enough of you, they don't understand you, but you're magnetic, okay? You're magnetic. You have also, and you could still be suffering losses or focusing on the past. There's something that you need to let go of in order to see this beautiful butterfly and the transformation that you have done. What is it that my pile number 3s need to know? What do they let go of, please? There is a Two of Cups in front of them, so it could be somebody or something that was close, near and dear. Show me now, pile 3. Okay, so this is being resistant, putting up walls, having to do everything yourself, or doing everything yourself because of maybe a betrayal, not feeling close to other people, feeling exhausted. What else do we need to know? Why is this 7 of Wands here? We're going to take this. What is this? It's the Queen of Swords, okay? So perhaps you've been in this Queen of Swords mode where you're chopping everything that doesn't become you. All the negative, you've done a ton of inner work, I'm going to say. You're coming through to the other side. It may not feel that way. I feel like you have one last push though, okay? One last push to let go of things that you feel sad that it manifests. Didn't come to fruition. This could be things like, for example, I wanted a family, and the family that I had in mind, I wanted, you know, the quintessential 1950s family. Of course, that's kind of fantasy land, right? But I at least wanted like the mother and the father and 2-3 kids. I would have liked maybe 3 or 4, and you know, with the home and the picket fence and all of that. That just didn't happen. And so even now that I'm well beyond the years of bearing children, I have 1 child, and my idea of family needs to be chopped with reality. And so I'm still in the process of doing that. I know that family is family of choice. People that resonate with you, that you can celebrate, that you can commune with, that carry the same energy as you do. But I feel like you're going to be cropping off things, old illusions, emotional ties, emotional baggage. For some of you, it's going to be clearing out clutter, okay? And I can relate to this. Moving on to something totally different, but before you can move on, you need to clear all the BS, the things that you keep that you're emotionally tied to that have no purpose, no use, other than it is a memory. Now, when you got to think, is it a good memory? Is it a bad memory? Does it make you feel happy or sad? And why do we choose? This is not a judgment. Why do we choose to carry around that sadness? Maybe because it's a little bit scary to let go and try to look for something for the future. I don't know. Pile number 3, what do we have for the What other information? Tell me more about the sun. I'm interested in the sun, please. Show me now. Celebration, yeah. See, if you turn your back on what you actually have right now, people that you resonate with, that you celebrate with, you're only focused on having that 2 of Cups. But that's because this person is focused on what they've lost. So focusing on loss and the things that you really held in your heart that pained you for a long time is preventing you from experiencing happiness in your current state, in the now, basically. And the now, this is a time where you're in the most powerful position to create a future, is the now. And yet, friend, I feel like you're staring at the past, okay? Perhaps repeating cycles. This butterfly to me almost feels like a half of a butterfly, even though I feel like it's meant to be sideways. But you could feel like, well, transformation is not complete. I feel like it's nearing completion. The more you let go of ideas and notions and people that no longer serve you, don't resonate with you, it's like looking up from the middle of a volcano. Okay. So this jumped out. Again, 5 of Cups. There might be something in here in pile 2 for you, by the way. So, yeah, again, I understand it's going to be really difficult moving on, moving forward, but you need a balance. In order to get your heart to be healed, your heart chakra, there has to be a balance. In order for balance to be created, you need to open up space with new. That's removing some of that sadness and that heaviness and that stuff that we need to part with, okay? I feel like for a lot of you it is clutter. Again, I can relate, non-judgment. Some of you guys, old ideas, old notions of how things have always been done, how you are expected to do things, how you're supposed to participate in society and life, how you show up for friends and family. What else do we need to know? Please. This is a Wheel of Fortune. Okay. Very nice. Looks like a dream catcher. And what is this? The Queen of Cups. So we have these together. You're going to make room and open up more to give of yourself. I feel like some of you guys are extremely psychic, intuitive. You could be messengers yourself. You could have your own clients as well. People that you get downloaded messages from spirit. And this is what makes you feel fulfilled and happy. Like you can do a happy dance when you're helping or whatever the case may be, whatever your thing is. I feel like it is going to put you on an upswing. The Wheel of Fortune is always propelling and compelling you to move forward. Now be careful to stay in the center, be balanced in the center. Don't get heaty and giddy because that wheel always turns, okay? The closer you are to the middle of it, the less emotional highs and lows you'll experience. You'll have more balance, even keel. Some of you guys need to look into getting your hormones balanced so that you can be even keeled as well. Okay, I feel like this is you giving freely once again from a place of power, not a place of fear. I said fear. Okay, why do we have the Queen of Cups here? Queen of Cups, please. Queen of Cups, show me now. The 7 of Cups. A lot of ideas could be hitting you, a lot of dreams, a lot of fantasies. It's going to be really important to write things down at this point in time so you don't invest in things that are just ideas that are never going to pan out. For example, I love to think that I could play cello beautifully, concert quality. Have I ever touched a cello? No. The likelihood of that happening, pretty much no. Can I work hard and learn? Sure. But you have to look at the effort. Does it offset the benefit of what you're trying to do and attempting? Is it realistic? So dreaming is okay. In the end, write everything down and look and see what is more viable to help you, propel you into a forward motion. What else do we need to see? Show me what I need to see for my pile number 3 and show me now. 8 of Cups. Walking away is hard to do. Walking away. A lot of similar themes, I think, pile 1 as well. Leaving things behind will, I feel like, break your heart. Some of this is a reference to even medicine, what perhaps was medicine in the past. Or maybe you worked in a traditional medicine field. I don't know. I worked in optics, so this could apply to me easily. But I've got the serpents here. I've got the 8 of Cups. I've done a lot of work, time, money, energy, effort. And yet I have the moon right here, and it shows that it's just not the happiness that we wanted, the fulfillment that we expected, and we have to walk away because there is no happiness, okay? And there's a need to move on. And that need to move on is really, I feel like that's stapling your foot to the ground. Show me what I need to see. How can we move forward, please? For pile number 3, if you like this type of reading, smash that like button, share, comment, subscribe. That is how you can help me. Thank you so much. Moving forward for pile number 3, how and what do we need to know? Show me now. For some of you, I feel like you can actually, because I saw this circle and then hands holding, people around the circle holding hands, and then like a bonfire in the center. Some of you guys can actually really connect with your ancestors and get powerful messages yourself. I feel like some others can put yourself in a trance-like state, look into the fire and do some scrying. 3 of Pentacles, this is cooperation, getting cooperation. It's interesting that I feel like this is more hypnotic. And then we have the little sand dollars as well. Okay, so this is gaining cooperation, gaining balance. Even could be talking about using cooperation to get to the center of this spiral wheel thing, almost like getting to the center of this wheel. You get cooperation to get to the center so that you can be more balanced, okay? Leaving things behind will be difficult to do. I have got the King of Wands. This could be you. You could be a mover and a shaker, or somebody who factors in of equal importance. I'm getting a lot of messages on my crown chakra. This is actually somebody else, not you. Somebody who can actually help, who wants to help. Somebody you can cooperate with as well, who has the same vision, similar. You guys are dressed in similar cloth, similar quality, similar experiences, okay? I'm hearing, for some of you, I heard the word mark. I don't know why that might be for one of you, okay? Maybe this person is going to help you hit the mark. What else do we need to know for pile number 3? What do we have for thee? And show me now. The 10 of Cups. What? The 10 of Cups. Happiness. Look at the cups playing. I think this is my new favorite 10 of Cups, where this is a tribe. You've got emotional fulfillment. You've got a bond. You've got protection. You've got enjoyment in the moment and protection from the outside as well. There's a lot here to unpack. So anything that seems to be hidden in the dark, I feel like you are actually connecting intuitively. You have full illumination, that you're able to see things that perhaps other people cannot. This can mean family happiness or people that feel like family as well. Okay. So I feel like in leaving behind old stories, old ideas, you could be moving forward to exactly what it is that you think you're leaving emotionally. Yes, and gaining clarity. Gaining the clarity that you desperately need and want. This cannot end in a better tone, okay? This is beautiful. Trust in your transformation. Trust and cut out what does not serve. It will be very challenging, not going to lie. We're going to leave this here. We've got the Ten of Cups, which is what you've been wanting. That sense of family, that bond, that closeness. Whatever that looks like to you. Sense of community, tribe. Let's pull a Mudra to help you. Show me what I need to see for pile number 3. What can help my pile number 3, please? A Mudra to help them along this path, along their journey. Show me now. Okay, so brilliance. This came out for the Mudra for my pile number 2s. You could have a message there as well. So the Tejas Mudra. And obviously the Mudra is like this. Okay. And you can just breathe into it. It says, assist with the inner light, focus, and radiance. The benefits: direct breath to the heart, chest, and ribs, assists the immune system, awakens, and uplifts energy. If you've been feeling low on energy, low motivation, I'm raising my hand by the way, this mudra is definitely for you. Instructions: bend the 2 index fingers softly, touching them together. Bring the thumb together, facing upward. Spread the other fingers apart and wide. Hold the mudra in front of the heart for a few inches away from the body. Relax the elbows downward. With the heart condition, so the cautions are: if you have a heart condition, hypertension, or hypertension, use caution. We're not doctors here. Consult your medical professional, obviously. The focus: I embrace the radiant brilliance of my loving heart. So maybe you're not feeling this, but it is coming. Let's break it down really quick too. So the number 25 adds up to a 7, okay? And so the 7 is all about, I feel like, more spirituality, spiritual awakening. With this green, I feel like your heart is accepting more spiritual healing as well. Now, individually, the number 2 to me represents personal power, okay? So personal power technically would be the 2nd chakra. That would be your sacral, and that would be all about like pleasure, what gives you joy, pleasure, excitement, happiness, things like that. I really have a problem with that chakra, so I always think of this as pertaining to the power chakra of the solar plexus, and that would be your 3rd chakra actually. So you see where emotionally I equate this, my personal power, to be with, the power source color yellow. But this number 2 is indicating the sacral chakra, which is the 2nd chakra, which is orange. And the reason why that's important is because if you don't address, for example, the 2nd chakra, you don't find your personal power. So there's something there for maybe 1 or 2 of you. That was definitely my message. Number 5, also a lot of changes and fluctuations. So maybe there's a lot of changes with your personal power. It is fluctuating, and still more fluctuation to be had before things are stable for you. But in the end, I feel like you are creating, and I'm getting a lot of messages on crown chakra again, on the back crown. And so I feel like in the back of your mind, this is the path you need to take. I feel like a lot of you guys could be intuitive, okay? Intuitive as well. Pull one more chakra. Oh my gosh, look, this one just flipped. So here we are. This is release, the Kali Mudra. This assists with expansiveness, release, spiritual purification. The benefits: it directs breath and awareness to neck and throat area, energizes thyroid glands, metabolism, and energy, releases muscular tension from the shoulders, neck, and throat center. Instructions: interlace the fingers of both hands in front of the heart chakra with the right thumb over the left. Extend the index fingers upwards towards the throat center. If you have thyroid conditions, there's a caution for you. Again, consult your medical professional. Focus: I release all obstacles and align to my true nature. Now I want to show you really quick. We've got heart chakra reference, a lot of growth and movement, and a lot of release. Did we not just talk about releasing the things that have pained you, the things that cause you grief, things that perhaps you revisit? Is the word renumeration, renumerate, kind of when you're thinking about things over and over again in your mind. Probably didn't pronounce that right, but that's okay. Again, having to do with your personal power. Your personal power is in this moment, not the past. And in this moment, you're going to help make way and create for the future. Your heart chakra is in alignment, and it is activating your throat chakra. You're speaking your truth from the heart a lot more than you have. And the more that you meditate and work on these things, the more that you will move forward into what it is that you're going to embody for the future, things that you want for yourself, but also the support and connection that you have with spirit. And with that, I'm seeing hands holding a big old fish. With that, I feel like your ancestors are saying you have abundance here for the taking. We're holding up abundance to you, and you are abundant. So don't have all this fear surrounding, again, issues with your personal power, issues with spirituality, and changes are indicated here. So if you like this reading, again, smash that like button, share it with somebody who might benefit from these messages, and leave me a note in the comment section if you feel so inclined. Much love to you, much healing, and namaste.